check out my new ride. What if one decision could completely change the entire course of your life? Not just where you live, but how you wake up, how your kids grow up, what you do on your weekends. Well, that was the moment that Rachel and her family found themselves in. She landed a job at Brevard College, and suddenly the vision became clear. She was going to move to small town Brevard, North Carolina, and start a new life. And it wasn't just about this new job. It's about Brevard in general. It's this small town tucked away in the Blue Ridge Mountains where butterflies float around and you sit on your front porch and the trails are right on the edge of town and sometimes right out your backyard where people still wave when they pass by. It's artsy and earthy and vibrant and a little wild. It's the kind of place that just pulls people in, not because it's super flashy, but because it has that energy. It just feels right. So the question becomes, are you ready to live a little differently? And is Brevard the kind of place that would really let you do that? Today we are touring two very different homes, both of which that could fit their needs. We're going to see which one fits their new season of life and maybe help you imagine what could be possible in your next chapter. So if that question has been living in your noggin, you're not going to want to miss this and watch it all the way through because it's going to give you all the info you need. Okay, let's go. Let's talk a little bit about who we're helping today because these are the Marshalls and they are moving from the Seattle area. So first we have Rachel. She has just accepted a position at Brevard College and she's super excited. She likes a laid back kind of life. She likes bookstores. She likes hiking and yoga and spending time with her family. And she doesn't want to live too far away from work. She doesn't want like a long commuter time, which is pretty easy to do in Brevard. We have her husband, Jamie. Jamie works from home as a remote graphic designer for a nonprofit. So he has some flexibility, but he's going to need an office space. And he loves to hike. He loves to go to breweries with their dog named Maple. Maple's just a fun-loving border collie. And then they have a daughter named Sophie. Now, Sophie's 15 years old, so she's going to have to make some major adjustments, right? She's going to be coming to the area not knowing anybody. So good thing Brevard is so super friendly. Sophie really loves playing violin. She loves photography and she loves being outside around water. So Sophie's, you got it made. You got it made, girl. Okay, so we're gonna find them in their perfect place and there's so much to explore here in Brevard and I am so heartwarmed because I think they're really gonna love it. Here's a little bit about what they are looking for in a home in Brevard. So they want a neighborhood, but they don't want to be on top of other people. They want a little bit of land, they want to have a garden, but they don't want to be like super, super close to other people. Now here's the deal, because Rachel's going to be working at Brevard College, ideally she wouldn't be too far away. She's told me that it would be great if she could bike or walk, but it's not a necessity. If they get a little bit more land and they like the house a little bit better, they're okay with making the short commute because anything in Brevard is not too far away from anything else. Everything's about 10 or 15 minutes drive time, if that, really. When we're thinking about the home, they would love a front porch, somewhere they can kind of hang out. They only really have to have 2 bedrooms, but because Jamie works from home, we need an extra office space. So we're putting the search at 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Both the homes that we are going to see today at least have that, so we should be good to go. A studio space will be awesome too. A little bit of room to spread out, some privacy. What they would love to be is near hiking trails. So that's so easy in Brevard because everywhere you look, there's mountains and hiking trails and waterfalls. So bada bing, bada boom, we got that covered. And then we need to think about Sophie too, because she's going to be going to high school here. So we have Brevard High School, and she really wants to make sure she could take some music lessons, some art classes, and have some sort of artistic involvement there. And then she's super excited about Brevard Music Center because she can go to summer camp there. And perhaps she'll end up going to Brevard College later on. That would be super cool for her parents, I'm sure. They have a dog named Maple who loves to run, so they would love a fenced-in yard or something that's kind of easy to fence in, but they're not too worried about it because they are really looking forward to walking Maple around the neighborhood as well. They love natural light and lots of windows, and they also like old-time charm. Now, they're not looking for a house that was built in 1900, but they are looking for a little bit of character. They do not want a new build. So I think we have the perfect houses for them today. So let's talk about Brevard for a minute, because you've heard of it and you might think of it as a retirement town. Yeah, sure, it totally attracts retirees because it's an easy pace of life. It's just under 8,000 people. It has this cute little main street. It reminds me of the 1950s Americana type of feel. It's amazing. But it's not just for retirees, because if you want mountain views and a walkable downtown, you got it. But you also have DuPont National Forest and Pisgah National Forest right at your footsteps. This place has tons of layers. It's not just this sleepy small town. It's got culture, it's got depth, it has people of all ages that are making a life here. So you have Brevard College right down the road. So that brings in students and faculty from all over the place. And you also have Brevard Music Center. So world-class musicians are coming to this area to play and to learn and to teach. So it gives this place this energy that other small towns don't necessarily always have, because people are coming from all over the place. So there's a real creative scene here. There's live music, there's galleries, there's open mic nights, there's community theater, and it's not just for the grown-ups either. There are youth programs and summer camps and art classes, so kids can get involved, not just entertained. So when we're thinking about the nature aspect, we are in the land of the waterfalls. There are over 250 waterfalls just in this area. Holy mackerel. You don't even need a swimming pool around here. I mean, you can just go take a dip anywhere you want, and it's really nice, clean water. And if you want to go camping or hiking, it's everywhere. And sometimes it's right outside your back door, too. So if Brevard is on your list and you're thinking about it and you want some more information, reach out any of the ways down below. We would be glad to help guide you on your process of getting to Western North Carolina in general. So for families like Rachel and Jamie's, these aspects that I just talked about are huge. They are looking for a slower pace of life. And for Sophie too, she's so into music and photography. So she's already looking at the Brevard Music Center for activities and classes. But more than that, it's a place for them where they can all thrive, where teens can thrive too without having to be in the hustle and bustle of everything and like tied to their phones all the time. They get out in nature. I love to hike with friends. I love to be out in nature. I like to walk through small towns, and I bet they will too. So let's go check out these homes and see what they have to offer, and so we can get them in the exact right one. We just saw the coolest thing. There is, in the air, there is a motorized paraglider. Is that a thing, y'all? We didn't even know that was a thing. I guess it is in Brevard. Here we are at the first house for the Marshalls. This is really, that guy's still going on out there, but that's okay. This is really cool. We just did like a little walk around inside, and there's so much potential here. I could absolutely see how they would love it, because it feels like you're in the Western North Carolina forest. It's really nice. Look at all these hostas. You got a long flat driveway with tons of parking, a 2-car garage over there. But look what they've done here. This is so cute with all the pine cones in the flower box instead of trying to keep up some dang flowers. That's always hard for me. But this is adorable. I love the black and white style. Look, you have a very large and wide garage back there, so you don't even have to park in your driveway. Only the guests can. Let's go inside, check it out. This is a stunner. I have a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for old houses, and this is not super old. We're not talking about like 1900s, but we are talking about 1965. So for the Marshalls, this is going to be great because it'll have a little bit of character. You can definitely feel the love in this home. Like, it's been lived in the most beautiful way. There's all hardwood floors throughout. There's tile. Parts have been redone and parts have been left. Like, look at this great little kitchen. You have access to everything within an arm's length away, but you still have this open space. And they're gonna love it because you have a gas range right here. So that's great for cooking, but also you have a little sitting room here. And it's not the only one, so we'll see the other one in a little bit. I love all these windows right behind me that can open. So, and outside of this house, it feels like you are in the forest. There are fern everywhere, and there are old growth trees, and it's just gorgeous. There's a gas fireplace here, so you can be cooking in the kitchen and be nice and cozy. People are hanging on the couch. You can yell at them if you want. You got the laundry room right there, which is kind of cool too. Let's head back here to the primary bedroom, which is located on the main level, which will be good later on if they don't want to mess with going up and down stairs, because this is quite a large room right here with all hardwood floor, easy access. Now, one thing that I want to point out is in this closet, you're going to see this pipe coming up. Does anybody know what that is? Without reading, don't you look? This is a radon mitigation system. This will go all the way down to the basement. And what we do when we help you buy a house here is we make sure that the radon levels are safe for you and your family, because radon is one of those things that's can be quite deadly over time. It can cause cancer, but you can't smell it. You have no way of knowing it exists. And it comes up through stones in areas like Western North Carolina that have a lot of sediment. So it's one thing we always test for. Some homes have it, some homes don't. Test every few years, and it's about, depending, it's about $1,200 to put in a radon mitigation system, but it's totally worth it. Oh, where should we go? Let's go to the bathroom. Check this out. They totally redid the shower in here, so you have a nice updated shower. You have a double vanity here, which is perfect. I could still have some imagination about what I would do here, but it's looking good already. It's already kind of move-in ready. Now, you know what I'm interested in seeing too is the other living space. We got some built-in cabinets here, and then look, you have another fireplace. Now, I don't know about you, but as I get a little bit older, in my old ripe age of 47, I like to be really, really cozy and warm. I get freezing, y'all. I don't know what happens. Look at all this light that comes through these windows. Now, these windows are not brand spanking new, but they look very high quality, and they let in so much light from the outside. I really love it. And they have like an old-timey charm too. This whole home has a really beautiful feel to it. Should we go outside or should we go downstairs first? Let's go outside. Heading out into the back. My goodness, you know, I love this area. Now, check it out. We've got all this brick here that just reminds me of being in old-timey Europe. You know what I would do? I put like a covering here with some beautiful lights, a long table, like a grapevine hanging up there. And I would come out here and sip a little bit of wine and eat some cheese. That's what I would do. It feels like you are in the middle of a national forest, which you are right on the verge of a national forest. It is absolutely beautiful. And if you're from one of those places where it's really dry and it sucks the moisture out of your skin, this is kind of the opposite of that. It is not like dripping humid like Florida might be, but it is this like wonderful balance between almost jungle-like, I would say. It's really nice. It feels really nice. And you're really, really close to Brevard town right here, but you're not in it. So you're not going to pay the city taxes. Now, this property is on 1.26 acres. You have some breathing room, but you're still kind of in a community. You're going to have neighbors, but you don't necessarily see them. For me, that's the best of both worlds, because I don't want to be so isolated outside of town, but I don't want to be on top of my neighbors either. And you have that possibility with this property. Now, there's one thing down here that we're going to show you in just a little bit that the marshals are going to totally freak out about, but first we need to go downstairs. So this home has 1,500 square feet upstairs and then about 850, something like that, downstairs, which is awesome because you have a whole section downstairs that doesn't have to be used unless you have someone living here. So this bedroom would be great for Sophie. This is plenty of space, double closets right here. There's another little bedroom down here. So we got 3 bedrooms downstairs. This could work as an office or a craft room for one of them. That would be perfect. And then coming through the hallway here, there's one more bedroom. Man, this would be a great office too, huh? Or a guest bedroom. I'm tempted to always use every spot in my house and not just reserve it for people who are not staying with me currently, but that's up to you. I like to double purpose rooms. Down here, you have a full bathroom with a tub and, wow, a red counter. You don't see that very often. I wonder who won that contest. Okay, so let's go outside. I want to show you this beautiful spot because you're not going to find this on every property, and it makes it really special. Before we go outside, there's one more aspect of this home that's pretty unique, and some of you might remember this from back in the day. But if you look up here, this is called a whole house fan. So back before air conditioning, and most of us don't really have to have air conditioning here in Western North Carolina. This only in the last like 10 years, most people have installed it, but we don't have to have it. This whole house fan, let's see how it works. You turn it on and I think you open the windows and it, hold on. What if something fell out of there right now? So if you look up here, this whole thing will flush all the air out of your house and circulate the air, especially like if you open your windows in the morning and it's really cool, it will suck it all through. Or if it gets really hot in the afternoon, boom, your whole house is cleared out. Now I have these in my house. I had one in my house when I first moved in. Let's see if I can turn it back off. I didn't really know how to use it, so I ended up taking it out. Now I kind of regret it. But I do have central heat in the air, so, but it's kind of cool, especially back in the day, right? When it was super hot and you just wanted to flush it all out. Okay, we're heading out, I promise. One of the things that the Marshalls were looking for is a place where they could be really, really close to nature and even have some hiking or walking trails out their back door. Now, you're not going to find that in most places, in most states, right? I mean, unless you're in the middle of nowhere. And this is what makes this property so unique. So we have the house right behind us. And then here, because it's 1.26 acres, we have a trail that you can walk down all the way to I think there's a little creek down here. Check this out. And you're surrounded. Look at all these ferns. This is so beautiful. And there's ivy everywhere. Okay, we were right. There is like a little creek. I bet it runs bigger sometimes, but we haven't had rain in a little bit. How fun would that be just to go down there and sit by the creek and like build things up with rocks? That would be great for Sophie. And even up here, there's like this little kid's picnic table. So these are the kind of things that you can find on properties that have a little bit more space. You get to make this wonderland, this oasis in a forest. This house has so much potential, and I have to admit I'm a little excited about it as well because of all the charm that it has. I mean, look at this huge hydrangea just right here in the brick patio. I totally dig it. Now, this was built in 1965, and so it has the 4 bedrooms total. We got 1,500 square feet on the top level, about 850 on the bottom level with 3 bedrooms, so they have the office down there. The roof looks pretty good. I'm no roofer, but I can see from here that it looks pretty good. We got that radon system already intact. It looks like it's pretty ready to go with just some minor do-it-yourself probably updates that Jamie can make on his own. Now, how much do you think this house comes in at? Because it's on 1.26 acres with like a forest feel, right? I mean, with ivy and fern and old growth trees, it's absolutely gorgeous. And the other thing is it's right outside the city limits. So you're not going to be paying those city taxes, right? So this is going to come in at $665,000. So it's right in their budget, right in the middle, and it's going to be okay for them. House number 2 that we're going to go look at, you're not going to want to miss because it's going to be right in town. You're going to be able to walk to Brevard College. It's going to have a little bit of a different feel, but it might work for them as well. So we're going to have a tough decision to make, and you're going to help us. Stay tuned. Okay, we have some special guests here today who have the inside scoop on what it's like to grow up in Brevard. We have Finch and Jose. We have kidnapped them and made them talk to us. So tell me what it's like to grow up in Brevard.
Well, it's a pretty cool place because there's a lot of mountain biking, swimming, fishing, hiking, whatever outdoor thing you can possibly imagine.
Do you like being in the outdoors? Like, do you go hiking?
We go hiking a lot. There's a lot of good spots, especially in Pisgah and DuPont.
Cool. So what are the people like in Brevard? Are they cool or are they lame? Just kidding.
They're cool if you ask for something, like if you're new to this town and you don't know where you're going. If you ask somebody who lives here, they'll probably know because this town's really small.
It is small. There's not a ton of people here, but it sounds like they're really friendly, right?
Yeah.
And it's probably easy to make friends. You probably already know everybody, right?
Yeah.
So would you ever move away from here?
Not really. There's much to do. We play a lot of sports. Like, I'm a runner here. He's a basketball player.
Okay, so you would recommend it to someone who's moving here?
Yeah.
And if you have kids, I would recommend to try to get a house in town. It's hard to do, but if you can, you should try.
Okay.
Because if you have work here, your kids like 12, 13, 11 in middle school, you can just leave them at the house, give them some money, and they can walk to town.
Nice. You never have to watch your kids. That's amazing. I love it. We didn't say that here. It feels like you feel pretty good in this area, right?
Yeah, pretty safe. It's not like you live in Greenville. And there are actually two pretty big cities next to us. Because if you need more supplies, Asheville's only 45 minutes away and Greenville's only about an hour. And we have other towns around here like Hendersonville, we have Mills River, and Transylvania County is a pretty nice place to live.
I think it's beautiful. Every time I come to Brevard, I'm like, I want to live down here. And then I think, oh, shoot, my kids go to school in Asheville. Thank you guys so much. That was perfect. I am so happy to have run into you. Oh my goodness, I love a good bricker. Look at this one. This is right in town in Brevard. This is adorable. You even have a peek-up view the other way. I love this. There's sidewalks in the front yard. I can't wait to go in. Now, this house was built in 1943, and I think this would work great for them because it's right in the middle of the mix. They can walk to art galleries. They can walk to Brevard College. The high school is right down the road as well. That would make a lot of sense for Sophie. That would be awesome. Their friends could pop by really easily. Okay, let's go inside and check it out. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Now what's great about a 1943 home is it has all the charm and character without being a 1902 home. So you get a few more years bonus. So you get beautiful things like this exposed brick. I love exposed brick in a home. And look at this. I love how they've decorated this with a map of Western North Carolina and the mountains. And here's a phone. Yes, it's hooked up. Hello? Oh yes, this is a beautiful home, isn't it? You would like to move to Brevard? Perfect. Well, we help people in all Western North Carolina. You just have to reach out any of the ways down below and we will help hook it up, all the info you need. Wow, I got a phone call right there. I can't believe it. Let's head down here. There's a 2-step down. There's a stepper downer, which I always love because it adds a little bit of character and charm. And I love that doorway too, how it's all rounded. Look at this beautiful living room. Now, I would be sitting here hanging out all the time. You got a view of the backyard right here, some nice shelving, and guess what? Keeping you cozy, a gas fireplace. They're gonna love this. Now, it doesn't get super cold here. We still have the 4 seasons and everything. We're lucky if we get a little bit of snow. Doesn't happen a lot. Now, here's what I would use all the time. Let's go out here, y'all. And I love this door too. Has an old-timey feel. Now here we have the screened-in patio. You're not going to see this on every house here because we don't have a ton of bugs in Western North Carolina. We do have some, but man, it's for like 2 weeks. And they're not trying to get you. We don't have the mosquitoes. They're like, ah. I can imagine being out here after a long day, sitting by the fire, having guests over, just hanging out, having a conversation. And if you look back here too, there's your mountain view. Be sitting out here watching the mountain view, the weather coming in, rolling through. My goodness, I would love it. Now, you do have a little bit of view of the front and a little bit of view of the side, but it doesn't feel intrusive. I love it. Okay, let's go in. I just pulled the doorknob off. Are you filming? Yeah. I just pulled the doorknob off. Now, I love these old doorknobs, but sometimes you got to put them back on. Sometimes you just got to look at that. Easy fix. No problemo. Okay, I got to check out the rest of this house because there has to be a kitchen, right? It just has such a good feel. Like, there's nothing normal about the house. I mean, in the sense where, like, it has character, charm. What's this? Oh, there's a bathroom right here. Check this out. Adorable. Oh, and there's even, like, a little shower. So you could take a shower right here. Now, this home has 2 bathrooms, so that's one of them. Love it. Okay, I'm going to close that back. Yeah, I totally dig these doorknobs. There's a way now that you can buy the old-looking doorknobs that are brand spanking new. Look, you can head out to the backyard right through this door. Totally dig it. This kitchen is updated. Really nice countertops. Oh, look at this. Jamie, you got your gas stove right here. Nice butcher block island here. And then look here because you're going to have a really beautiful opportunity for gathering many people and dining. This is a great dining room. I love it. I would put like a big glass chandelier there to kind of keep with the house. What is this room? We've got a whole other room right off the kitchen that looks like it was added on. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be a home office. It could be guest quarters. It almost looks like they could have rented it out, actually. Okay, interesting. Now here's a loft area. This is quite industrial feeling. Let's see what's up here, because holy macaroni, these are some steep stairs. It's like a combination between a stair and a ladder. What on earth is going? Oh my goodness. Goodness, this is one of my favorite things about looking at all these different houses. In every one, there is something different happening. Okay, so you can stand up in the middle here, but that's about it. There's a little tiny window, and this is as big. I wonder if I can touch both sides of the wall. Almost. Like if I go like this. Okay, so this is about 5 feet 6 inches. How funny. I don't know what would you do with this? Comment down below. Let me know what you do with this like little area up here. So let's check out what's upstairs, because I don't see any bedrooms downstairs, so all the action must be up here. So this home has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and they're all up here, which is kind of cool. Oh my God, they're so cute. There's all these different angles in the bedrooms. New updated windows, which is amazing. Oh, and look, there's like little nooks and crannies everywhere. Sizable closet. Okay, and on the other side, you have another little nook. I love these because you can always put like a desk right here and just have it really, really sweet. So let's see the other bedrooms here. Okay, here we have an exposed closet, because in these older homes, sometimes there's not built-in closets. But look at these cute little doors. I bet this is just storage space, I'm guessing. But, oh, can't get in there. Probably not heated or cooled either, but could always be finished out into like a really cool like little nook. I just love these closets. Doorknobs. Yeah, you have a lot of storage space right there. And then here's another bedroom. I love it. Yeah, new windows. This is perfect. Oh, check out this door. Look how it's just totally built into the slope. That's awesome. So this is the kind of charm and character that they were really looking for without the home being super old. There's been a lot of updates here, so you get all that charm, but not all the upkeep, which is awesome. Look at the bathroom floor too, y'all. I love this tile. Now this is really on par with the times, but look, they've updated the vanities. There's tons of light in here. It feels really, really good. Check out the bathtub. The bathtub looks original, and it looks like it's in really good condition, but they've redone the subway tile here. This is primo. I dig it. Now, it's not going to be as big as the other house, so we'll have to keep that into consideration depending on their wants and needs with that extra bedroom. This home is on 0.43 acres right in town. So you have a little bit of room to spread out, but still you're not on top of people, which is awesome. Now, you have a little carport right over here, which is incredible. I would still be tempted to add a little bit more privacy, but look at this fire pit right in the backyard. I totally dig this. So you have 2 different areas to hang out here. I can imagine absolutely having a great time in this backyard and putting a little garden and growing some fruits and vegetables out here. I think it could really work for them. So it's a nice combination between a little bit more land and the nature feel, but also being close to town. Either one works. So let's just think about this. We are almost at 2,400 square feet here. We have 3 bedrooms instead of 4 with the first house, 2 bathrooms instead of 2.5 baths. It still could work because one of those rooms could still be an office. So we do have that extra built-in area on the side, which could work as a bonus room for an office too. So not necessarily a bedroom, but a bonus room. So there is a good opportunity right there. This is a little bit higher, coming in at $675,000, and you do need to keep into consideration you're going to be in the city limits, so you're going to have to pay the city taxes too. So vote down below. We need you. You know how this works, y'all. What home do you think would be a better fit for them? I can see them in both homes, and it's really going to take a little bit of thought behind this. So let us know what you think. Comment down below. This area is technically part of the Southern Appalachian Temperate Rainforest. So what does that mean? That's kind of rare. and it's biologically pretty dang rich. It also means they get a little bit more rainfall here, like we talked about. So what that means for a home is that you need to make sure all the drainage systems are in place. And also, we have so many basements, right? So you need to do that smell test. You need to get out your old sniffer. What are these cows doing right here? You got to get out your old sniffer and make sure that there is no dampness in the house. Last thing we want is mold. During the inspection period, we will do a mold test, of course, but also you will also be able to smell that initially. You want to make sure that all basements in Western North Carolina have dehumidifiers up and running, no matter how new they are. So these are things to watch out for when you're living in a temperate rainforest. So whether it's the waterfalls or the creative energy or the college town charm or just that sense of peace that you can't quite explain, Brevard has this way of really sticking with people. And that's the same for the Marshalls. So I think they're going to get here and they're going to love it. Thank you so much for your help today. And if you want to think about moving to the area, make sure to reach out down below. But also check out some of our other videos. Perhaps you'll like Hendersonville right over here. Until then, ciao for now.